So, I have not given an update of my HAED in a while because we've been at a standstill of the fabric. The fabric covers a dining room table, and it was overwhelming. It was stiff fiddler's cloth, and I thought about going to 25 count, but it was still going to be a very big piece. 14 count, this is how much it is right now. It's ridiculous. So it was at a standstill. I couldn't figure out what to do because I didn't want to give up on this idea. I love this picture. It's going to be very, very time consuming and complicated. But because I don't know if y'all know, Heaven and Earth is notorious about having confetti. Strong, hard confetti. And I'm going to show you some of this in just 1 second what I'm doing. But here's all the floss. 87 colors. All of that in one giant plastic shoebox. But what happened with the fabric was we're back on track. I've got some done here. Now this is going to look different than the pattern. Because, let me talk about the fabric real quick. So the fabric, I threw in the washer. I always get mine serged. I use Sandra's Stitch and Stash for all my supplies. And Miss Rita is who I deal with. And so I got serged. And so I threw it in the washer. And now I'm able to have it up in my lap, and it's not stiff and so hard that I can't deal with it anymore. Threw it in a Q-snap because somebody had commented and said, hey, throw it in a Q-snap, throw it in an embroidery hoop. So that is what I did because now it's soft. I can't do it in my hand. So here's what I'm doing different because you'll see big blocks of color. Well, that is because Heaven and Earth is notorious about confetti. I mean, hardcore confetti. I don't know if they do that to be annoying or they just do that to try to make the best out of a picture. But let me show you a sample. You're not going to be able to do the pattern from what I'm showing you. So let me just show you real quick. You see, this is all confetti. So what I do is I take each line, and this will say this line right here is mostly moons. And I'll stitch all moons. If there's like a big chunk of where there's, I think I did the dollar signs because there was chunks, big chunks of there. And then mostly moon. And then down here I did all the flowers type thing and just did rows of this. And then I'm going to add one big chunk of this. But that is how I'm doing this because this is just stupid. And if the symbol's like 1 or 2 symbols, then I'll change them to an eye. You know, I'll change it to there. Nobody's going to know. And by me, y'all, obviously now y'all know, but nobody's going to be like, oh my gosh, you missed that symbol and this symbol and this symbol. I don't have the patience for confetti. I do not have patience for confetti. And so I know HAED is notorious about that. So I just picked the strongest symbol. Like this right here is going to be this divide symbol. And then, you know, I'll figure out symbols over here. I'm just not going to do, I mean, because look at this. Would y'all really stitch this? I mean, some of y'all would because y'all are dedicated like that. But honestly, I'm not about to do that. When, you know, background is all one, like right here. So that's not a problem. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do confetti. I'm just not. And it, you know, it works out for me. So I got a little planner because I was writing the date on here. But I got one of these little planners from the dollar store. And I put on here for the first day, I've got that many stitches. And I'm able to get that many stitches because it was all background. It was all, I stitched this, I went ahead and stitched one extra row here. Because I was going to take out these extra background rows, but I decided to leave this one in, this and this one. So I was able to get 2,645 stitches. Then the 11th, I got 278. So you'll see big blocks of color on mine, and that is the reasoning, because I'm not going to do confetti. I'm just not. It's nonsense. It really is. And I know that sounds, you know, you're like, well, Sunshine, that's part of HAED. I get that. But that much confetti, that's bullshit and a half. I'm sorry. And if I can, avoid it, then that's what I'm going to do. So I know the quilts itself are going to be very confetti heavy. Let me just show you a random piece of it. Yeah, I mean, that's just stupid. It's just so stupid. But it is what it is, and I'm going to make it happen, make it work. Because the quilts, I am going to try to follow a little bit better, because you really do need to see that design. But what I'm working on right now is this right here. That little rod. Nobody's going to give a shit if I'm going to complete that on, exactly like it's supposed to be. Nobody's going to care. So, and I know once I get in this desk, I mean, there's probably 50 colors just right there in that desk, I bet you. So, anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. And like I said, now that I've got my fabric able to squish up, it's a lot better. And like I said, it's going to be big blocks of color, but I don't really give a shit. I'm going to do what I got to do to get this done. And, kind of go from there. So, thank y'all so much for watching. Bye, guys.